Ever feel like you're drowning in data, just can't seem to get ahead? Like we're swimming in insights, but it's harder than ever to stay afloat.
Yeah, it's the paradox of the information age, right? And I think that's why this whole generative AI thing is so fascinating. Huge potential to change how businesses, especially RevOps, operate.
Huge understatement. Generative AI scenario. We're going to help you cut through the hype and figure out what generative AI really means, practically.
RevOps is about breaking down those walls between sales, marketing, customer service, creating that unified customer experience.
Well, and then generative AI comes in. It's like giving RevOps a turbocharged brain.
I like that. A turbocharged brain. Imagine you're a jazz musician. You've got melodies, riffs. Generative AI takes those, riffs on them to make something totally new. Except instead of music, it's using data.
That's a great analogy. So data analysis, right? Businesses are drowning in it, but actually extracting useful insights from it, that's a whole other story. It's overwhelming.
It is, at least for us humans working alone. Generative AI can sift through all that, find those patterns, those connections that we miss, things that can lead to breakthroughs for businesses.
It's like an AI detective, finding those clues in the data. And we're not just talking about understanding the past, but predicting the future, too. Flowworks really emphasize how AI can predict market trends, which is huge for staying competitive.
And then there's the whole personalized customer experience thing. Today's customers, they want that individual attention, not to feel like just another number.
Oh, tell me about it. How many times have you abandoned an online shopping cart because the chatbot was clearly a robot?
Right. But imagine if that chatbot was actually helpful, like you were talking to a real person who gets you. Flores gave this example. Imagine AI crafting a message, showing you that product you've been looking at, but in a different color, a color it knows you love based on your past purchases. That's powerful.
It's not even guessing what you want anymore. It just knows. Speaking of knowing, content creation. Sometimes even a simple social media post can take me forever.
Content creation can be a huge bottleneck, but generative AI can help streamline all that. Imagine AI drafting blog posts, social media updates, even email campaigns, all in your brand's voice.
It's like having an assistant taking care of the tedious stuff so you can focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly, a collaboration. And then there's lead scoring. Anyone in sales will tell you, qualifying leads, knowing who to focus on, it's crucial.
But it can feel like you're just throwing darts in the dark sometimes. So how does generative AI help with this?
It takes out the guesswork. Analyzes online behavior, past interactions, all those digital breadcrumbs to predict which leads are most likely to become paying customers.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Oh.
Okay, last one, real-time predictions. You've got to be able to anticipate what's next to stay ahead.
Exactly. Flowworks highlighted how generative AI can use historical data to make those real-time predictions, like shifts in demand or new trends, like having a crystal ball.
Okay, so we've covered a lot: data analysis, customer experiences, content, lead scoring, real-time predictions. Before we get into how Flowworks is actually making this happen with their solution, Alicia, I want to hear from you. What's got you most intrigued about AI-driven RevOps? Keep that question in mind.
It's wild, right? We've gone from imagine if to when can we get this so fast. Those personalized experiences that we talked about, they're already here.
Flowworks is definitely on the cutting edge of all this. They're not just talking about it, they're building it. Their generative AI platform, Flowy, it's designed specifically for RevOps.
And it's not just about fancy features. Flowy is about using AI to actually solve problems. Like their AI SDR solution, Alicia. It's like having, an army of AI sales reps working around the clock.
Okay, so instead of sending out those generic cold emails hoping for the best, you've got Alicia doing the heavy lifting. But it's personalized, right?
Right. It's not just some spam bot. Alicia uses NLP, natural language processing, to actually understand how the person writes, communicates based on their past emails, online stuff, and then it tailors the message.
So it's like having a team that knows exactly what to say to each person to get their attention. Pretty incredible. But what about all the tools businesses already use, like CRMs and all that? Did they have to start from scratch?
That's the cool thing. Flowworks is all about integration. Flowy works with your existing systems, makes them better.
So it's like an upgrade, not a complete overhaul.
Exactly. It connects everything together, breaks down those data silos. Everyone on the team, marketing, sales, customer success, they can all benefit from AI insights.
And that leads to better decisions, happier customers, all that good stuff. This is probably a good time to say, for anyone feeling a little overwhelmed right now, don't worry. That's kind of why we're doing this deep dive in the first place.
AI can feel like this black box sometimes. I get it. But the more we talk about it, the less scary it becomes.
Exactly. The more you learn, the more you can decide how you want to use this technology. It's about taking the mystery out of it, right? AI can feel like this big, scary thing, but it's really just another tool.
Exactly, a really powerful tool. But you have to know how to use it. We've talked about why AI-driven RevOps is so important, how it can help businesses, and we've even looked at how FlowWorks is making it real with Flowy and Alicia. But the big question is, what's next? What do we do with all this?
Right. How do we actually use this stuff? It's one thing to talk about it, but how do we make it happen in the real world?
It starts with changing how we think about AI. It's not about AI replacing us, it's about AI helping us. It's about using AI to do what it does best so we can do what we do best.
It's like instead of competing with AI, we team up with it. And that's what's exciting about this moment. It's like we're on the edge of something brand new. So many possibilities.
So here's something to think about as you're, learning about all this. If you could use generative AI to automate just one thing at work, what would it be?
Ooh, good one. What would you automate? And then what would you do with all that extra time? Finally get to that passion project. Think bigger picture. It's pretty amazing. That's what it's all about. This technology, it's not about pushing people out. It's about giving people the space to be creative, to solve problems, to connect with each other.
And who knows what we can achieve when we're able to do that. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep that AI curiosity alive.